G'day, welcome back to another episode of the Frankston Flipper. My name is Peachy. Full-time worker, I've got a full-time job. I am a casual reseller. And I also give a no-nonsense approach to reselling. I will call out people, I will question people. And again, you've got some resellers that compare themselves to people like Warren Buffett. They compare themselves to J.K. Rowling. And yet they don't see the stats in this. They'll compare themselves to J.K. Rowling. Oh, you know, she wasn't successful for 10 times, whatever. But they don't realise that for every one of her, there's 1,000 that fail. So again, using those stats, you're likely to fail as an author. So again, they don't tell the full story. Or even when they look at their profit, they'll show their profit margin, what their profit they've made over the years, and it'll be like gross profit or gross profit, some might call it. And again, it's deceptive. Or they'll say, oh, anyone can do it, others have given it up. But again, a lot of these resellers have had their parents buy them houses. They're living with their parents, so they don't have a family. They've got no responsibilities. It's easier for them to do when mum and dad are still supporting them. Anyway, that's my rant. Pretty much, if you live with your parents, you can do it. But if you've got a family or mortgage to pay, it's a little bit harder. Anyway, let's get to the thrift. And we're back at Savers to try and make some profit. And we went straight to the DVDs and we found this Pro, like a box set, $10. But it looked like it might go for some money, but comped it up, it didn't. We put that back on the shelf. A lot of CSIs at Savers this week, but $8, we're putting that one back. And another crime scene investigation. Again, a lot of DVDs in that pack and didn't really comp up too well. Some of The Simpsons goes well, but during the later seasons, that was seasons 1 and 2 there. And they also had this Madman. Nothing we're really interested in, so didn't buy anything of those. Got very excited, saw the Matchbox. I haven't seen that logo in a while. It was kind of like souvenir type cars. So I thought maybe, just maybe, they might be worth a little bit of money. And I go for $10, and they weren't really comping up that well at all. They looked like they might, but they didn't. One of those things where you think, yeah, there's money to be made in that. But unfortunately, there wasn't. So we left that on the shelf. They had this America's Cup from 86, 80, around that time, from Australia Post. It was a gift pack. So this is going back, 40 years. Back when, the race meant something. They weren't like catamarans like they are today. I think it was Australia 2 in this race. But just to think, this has been 40 years old. No one's really, doesn't appear to be really opened or paid with, but it didn't really comp up that well. I think it goes for about $25, $30. I do like VHS, but unfortunately, they have put the prices up a little bit. They've actually doubled them in a bit at my local. And they Flight of the Navigator, one of my favourite movies as a kid. I should have got this, but I didn't. I got put off by the $2.50 price tag, but I should have just bought it anyway. I'm sure someone else would have bought that on VHS for a lot more. And they also had this Stallone VHS, a VHS box set. It's a very unique item. Normally you see the DVD box sets, not so much the VHS ones. I should have probably picked that one up too, but I didn't. We all live and learn. And they had some comic books that were kind of stashed in a bit of a weird area. I'm tall, so I could see that. The average punter probably couldn't see it. And they had a couple of My Little Pony comic books. So I'm not sure what the ponies are doing in the comic books. Maybe I don't know. They had some Carmen, I think it was Carmen San Diego. They had Batman, they had a couple of Spider-Man. So cool to see comic books. I don't really buy them too much. I just think they're one of those things, a bit like Beanie Babies. I think they kind of were cool in their time, basically. But if you're buying comic books, you're probably not going to get much return. And Patrick Ewing, New York Knicks. This was fake, unfortunately. Still a cool-looking jersey. And they also had this Michael Jordan, like the running style riding of Chicago. This is like Jordan's rookie year, but also a fake. You can kind of see there by the poor quality. But again, if you just wanted to rock Jordan jersey, that's a pretty cool one. To the T-shirts, they had this Chicago Cubs, Majestic, Raise the Flag, National Champions. It's a pretty cool looking T-shirt. Didn't get it though. And a few other sport teams had the Warriors, 49ers, and they did have a couple of other T-shirts around that were like the sport teams, but just not priced that well. And this is a pretty cool looking Rolling Stones T-shirt, but more of a Kmart style one. But we did get this Cleveland Indians, a Cleveland Indians T-shirt. They have changed their name to the Guardians for, I guess, other silly reasons, I guess. Indians just sound so much cooler. That symbol, that logo was just iconic. Think of Major League Baseball, that movie back in the day with Charlie Sheen. This got my attention, super dry, really cool design. Unfortunately, for $20, we're leaving that one behind. And I also had this Pokemon trainer. See, I'm learning Pokemon. It's a Pokemon trainer jacket. And I think it's from Zing, which is kind of affiliated with EB Games. But for $17, just not enough meat on it to buy it. So we put that one back. And that is Mambo, like a corduroy striped jacket. I've actually picked this up before for a little bit cheaper and resold it. But for $17, coming into summer, I don't mind buying jackets in summer, but nah, we're not buying it. And they had these Bulldogs. Thought this was a unique item. Western Bulldogs, kind of like these shoes, but the soles, not the best, a bit dirty. Not the best, kind of like the way Western Bulldog season went down the tubes in the last round against Freo. And this was a cool hat. Pittsburgh Steelers, NFL, Mitchell and Ness. Always a cool team. People like the Steelers. They're just a bit like Freo, just a hard-working team. And thought this was worth money or vintage or something. But unfortunately, this Jet Set Tours bag didn't really go for much. People weren't listening up for too much, so we put that one back. Just one of those things. Marbles, I think there's a bunch of cat's eyes. I don't think they're worth much. They had some silly Funkos. I think about 3 years ago, the Funko company ended up putting about 2 million of them in the desert or something because it was just easy to do a write-off on them that they weren't selling. That's some Ushies. This was cool though. Wednesday Addams, a Minix figure. These are pretty cool. Kind of like, not Funkos, but they're better than Funkos. They've got more detail. They actually look like the characters. We didn't pick it up. I did leave that behind for some collector. And the Lion King, I don't know what this guy's name is. It's got some weird name, I know that. He's from the Lion King. A cool plush. I don't really buy too much plush, but if I was going to buy a plush, this is the type of plush I'd buy. But this thing was pretty big. I'm sure there's money in it. It's official and all that. But I didn't get it. And as per normal, we're going to start off with the media and toys. I'm going to start off with the toys first. We picked up this bag. I don't know what the characters are. What they'll Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't think they are. It's just I should have probably opened it up. Can't be bothered, don't want to lose them. They're all kind of separate or bundled up for me already. Anyone knows who they are, tell me. I'll probably do a Google Lens search, but I can't be bothered at the moment. We picked up a box set of Skylanders. Skylanders Swap Force Dark Edition Starter Pack. So this was a nice little pickup because you don't really see this sort of stuff out in the wild too often. It does have a little bit of damage to the box. That's the only damage to the box, but apart from that, it is new and sealed. Mint on card. I actually don't know what's in here. Is there like a video game or something? I got no idea. I guess some virgins out there will probably know. I've got no idea what that is worth, or I imagine it's worth a fair bit. A cool pickup in the thrift. To the media, we picked up a Double Impact Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's a pretty cool movie, and I'll probably do a bit of a bundle, a Van Damme bundle. Got a couple of VHS on, a couple of Van Damme VHS already, so I'll probably just bundle it up with that, and that should hopefully sell. And now onto the video games. Picked up heaps of video games this week. So some weeks they're picking up like 3, then other times we're just picking up a whole heap. Luck of the draw, I guess. We picked up Wii Sports. I said I wasn't going to pick that up anymore, but I did. We picked up like a fishing. I'll probably just put that as a bundle, like Rapala Fishing. All those fishing games do go all right in bundles. Lynx 2004 on the Xbox. SSX, like a snowboarding game. It's on that like classics one, unfortunately. I think it goes better when it's not on that one. I've got Dead or Alive 3. I'm not sure what that is. Looks pretty cool though. Prisoner of War on the Xbox. Second Sight. I think that's one is actually a pretty good game for reselling. Might go for about $40, I think, so that's pretty good. Should pay for most of these video games. Mind Jack. I think that's another one that actually goes pretty good. So happy to pick up those games. Shrek the Third, probably just do like a kids type bundle. Diablo, don't think that goes too good. Dragon Siege 3 on the Xbox 360. Shadow Mortar or something. A car game, what is it? I can't read. Project Gotham Racing. Race Driver Grid. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. And what else did he pick up? Look, Formula 105. I'm not sure that goes any good. Probably just a bundle. Medal of Honor, same deal. Probably just a bundler. Finding Nemo, PS2. Gran Turismo on the PS2. Race Driver, V8 Supercars. I think that goes okay. Bratz Diamonds on the PS2. Monkey Ball Deluxe. I actually think that one goes okay. Cars, PS2. Cold Winter. Funny enough, it's got like the Raw Wrestling stickers on there. I'm not sure if that's advertising or someone's put those stickers on there. SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, and Battlestar Galactica. So that's all the toys. Some pretty good. Actually, also picked up one more. Gran Turismo 3. So that's all the video games for the week and the toys. That Skylanders box was pretty cool. Very rare to see old good stuff sealed. Sometimes you see stuff that's sealed, but it's just crap. I think that's okay. All right, now onto the t-shirts. Didn't pick up a whole heap of t-shirts, but it's okay. The last couple of weeks we have done okay on the t-shirts. Actually, last week wasn't great, but the previous couple were. Got this Liverpool t-shirt. It's got like all the Liverpool legends. Stephen Gerrard, John Barnes, Robbie Fowler. It's like a Legends t-shirt. I thought that was pretty cool. Someone's going to want that. Surely a Liverpool fan will want that. This was a cool looking t-shirt. So I think it's a band t-shirt. I think it says Oz Rock tag. I can't read what that says. Something, I don't know. It's written in really weird. Cool t-shirt with the bulldog. I don't know. Look cool. The Kid Leroy, not the Kid Larry or whatever someone else was trying to pronounce his name as, or a band or something. The Kid Leroy Tour t-shirt 2022, pretty cool. And we picked up a Taz t-shirt. I think it's more a modern one, but that's still pretty cool. Everyone likes Taz, and it says Tassie Devil. Cool design, don't mind that. It was cheap, but I think it's modern. But again, does it matter if it's modern or vintage? If it's going to sell. And this one, I don't know much about this person. It's Blonde Frank Ocean. Maybe that's said to a Frank Ocean. No idea who Frank Ocean is or what it is. I don't know. We picked it up anyway. Is it a band? I actually don't know who he is. That's all the t-shirts for the week. Let's go on to the jerseys. All right, on to my favorite thing to pick up, especially when they're good ones. The jerseys. And we picked up a Liverpool. I'm not sure if this is legit or not, but either way, it's just a cool, I think it's fake. Looks fake, but it's a cool jersey. I like cool fakes. And it's Brazil. It's a Brazil soccer shirt. It is fake, but it looks real. It's a good fake. And on the back, it's got Pelé. Is he still the GOAT? At one point, I was saying Pelé is the greatest soccer player of all time. And you have Brazil, a soccer team people like, crossed with one of the best players, especially OG, original best players. We've got Pelé Brazil. North Melbourne. I think they're going to be on the rise. I don't think they're going to make finals next year, but I definitely think they'll be the big improvers. All of their young players are starting to mature. And we picked up a North Melbourne, really weird design. It's like dark blue with the, I guess, the jail bar design, I guess you want to call it, Port Adelaide. Just a cool looking jersey. A little bit different to the traditional North Melbourne one. So we picked that one up and got the normal North Melbourne jersey. Again, these are only mediums, I think. Maybe smalls. Mediums. So there's mediums, so not for the biggest guys around, but still cool to get some North Melbourne stuff. We've got Kevin Love, Cleveland Cavs basketball jersey. It's kind of like the third wheel in a championship when the Cavs won it. Melbourne Phoenix, they're going along not too badly, and we picked up like this. It's like a very like a bike type material. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix on the champion tag, And we also picked up this reversible. It's actually a reversible Phoenix jersey. No number, no name on the back, but it is reversible, so you can have the black, or you can turn it inside out, and you can have the white. So pretty cool jersey. German soccer jersey on just a kid's one. I think it's a 12 size 12. That's not going to fit me at all. I'll probably rip that in half. I tried putting that one on. Morty Alec. Is it Morty Alec? I think it is. Morty Alec. It's like a Masters jersey. And it's got number 23. Always a good number to get. Number 23. Jordan, worn, Buddy. So I picked up this UCLA Ruins. It's like a baseball jersey. UCLA University of California, Los Angeles, and it's also got 23 on the back, and that's on like a college basketball brand tag. That's pretty cool. Picked up a New South Wales rugby jersey. I think it's a medium size. I definitely wouldn't be able to get into that. So New South Wales rugby, cool. Happy Gilmore. This is a good one. It's not like a branded one or anything, but it's just Happy Gilmore. Boston Bruins. It's got Gilmore 18 on the back. Not quite the Bruins hockey jersey, but if you're doing a dressed up party, you could wear that and no one will be none the wiser. I think this is like a Mexican soccer shirt of like a pretty low division. So really weird how this stuff ends up in Sabres, but that's a cool looking jersey. It's got a tiger. Look at that design. That's a sick looking design. Decent sized jersey as well. And I think this is a Cronulla Sharks. I don't know, it's Mr. Price. Just says Sharks on there. I think it's, I'm not too sure on this one. I think it's Cronulla Sharks, like a retro type jersey or some sort of jersey. Doesn't have Cronulla on there though, that's the only concern. And last but not least, we picked up a Manchester United soccer jersey in the white. That's legit as well, so that's pretty cool. It's got these really cool design. It's a little bit different to the red. So hopefully that one sells. Manchester stuff. Starting to move a little bit more for me than it was last year. I guess I had a bad last year. This season it got a little bit better. That's the jerseys. Let's get on to the jackets. All right, jumpers, jackets. Picked up White Fox. It's a hoodie. White Fox hoodie. Volume 3. It's got that embossed White Fox look, which is pretty cool. Nice colour blue on the, I guess like a pinky sort of colour. That's a cool jumper. That should sell. IKEA. Trying something new with this. It's like an IKEA jumper. It's got like the barcode on the front, and on the back it's got the IKEA logo. Design and quality. IKEA Sweden. So hopefully it's a bit like the Bunnings type stuff. Probably not to the quite demand, but still pretty cool. This is a Anna Paul. I think she's like an Instagram model or something. Stacks. I got no idea. It's just a hoodie. Not sure. Thought it was pretty cool. It's a pretty heavy jersey. It's got her image on there. So pretty cool. Don't know much about her. I think she's an Instagram model. Maybe, you know, the other one. I don't know. I haven't looked. What's this? Another Country Road's done to gather heaps of Country Road. Probably open up my second-hand Country Road shop. Got to start listing them. At another Country Road, but this time it's on this really unique green. I like picking up these Country Road jumpers, especially in unique colors. Unique, I don't know, this green's a bit weird. I actually don't mind it. Probably like it a bit brighter. But Country Road jerseys, jumpers, they go pretty well. And the last thing we picked up, probably not the season to be buying these, but it was a good price, and I know it will sell when it does, when the season does hit. And this is a Sessions. Sessions is a pretty good snowboarding brand. Actually wore a Sessions jacket to New York back in the day when I went there. Snowboarding jacket, it's green, it's thick, it'll keep you warm in the snow. Pretty cool looking design with that green on white, almost like a minty, I guess. So that's our pickups for this week. So quite a lot. Big video game week, some cool toys, some cool jerseys. So it was a great week at the thrift. Tune in next time. See you later.